Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody guys. Today we will take a look at the Australian dollar again, because on the Canadian dollar we have prepared our update just yesterday, and currently you probably see on the Canadian that it confirms our thoughts on the possible still some upside continuation, mostly due to the crude oil. The dynamic pressure that has been formed there, bullish dynamic pressure on the Canadian, starts to work, and market now is climbing and climbing slightly higher, so probably current tops could be taken out according to our yesterday analysis. And on other currencies it's not really big progress yet, and that's why I think that today we could take a look at Australian dollar, mostly because Australian dollar has very attractive setup on the high time frame charts, particularly on the weekly. And when you have the setup on the high time frame on the weekly chart, that's really the solid foundation, solid background for the trading on the lower time frame charts. I just remind you, this setup on the weekly chart, we have a very solid area of support. This is the weekly and monthly fib support 81.23, 618 fib support. That's accompanied by A, B, C top 1618 extension target. So this setup could be seen as on the weekly chart as on the monthly chart. That's why there's really very significant support area, and even minor retracement here will lead to the rally for the 200 pips to the upside, but this retracement really could be even greater. Also guys, here you can see that market has touched the weekly oversold, and that really combination of the three different tools that creates solid support here, and really could lead to some upside bounce on the lower time frame charts. On the daily chart, we said, when we have taken a look at the Australian dollar for last time, we said, well, here the most probable setup that we could get is the double repo buy, by some reasons. First of all, since we have the solid support and completion of the big target on the weekly chart, it's just logical to assume that market should show some significant retracement, and this probably will look like a reversal on the daily chart. And from that standpoint, the appearing of some reversal pattern here is more probable and logical. That's why we expect to see mostly the double repo buy rather than any other Judnapoli patterns. From the market mechanics, from the technical point of view, you see that here market has met the daily overbought, and that's why this level, the daily overbought, will just prevent market to reach 3.8 level. That's why the technical, it's impossible to see the bread and butter sell pattern. That's why, in fact, from the one point of view and from the another, you see that the double repo buy is just the pattern that we could get. I mean, in terms of the Judnapoli framework, maybe market will form something else here, some other reversal pattern. But taking the look at the chart from the Judnapoli position, Judnapoli tools, applying Judnapoli tools, it looks like the double repo pattern is the only pattern that is possible here. The thrust down is really perfect. As you can see, no significant retracement has happened, no close above the 3x3. It's very good gradual action. On the intraday charts, we saw and see right now that market could take the shape of the hand shoulders. That's also reversal pattern. So double repo pattern could take the shape of the hand shoulders on the intraday charts. And you can see that's the point that we have marked is the possible destination of the retracement. It's approximately 81.20 area. And we said, because this is just will keep harmony of this pattern. This market will stand here. Maybe it will move slightly lower to this area. It's approximately 81.05. This market could really show some deeper move. But anyway, that's the area where the market should stop to keep the harmony of this hand shoulders pattern. That's why, guys, now you have the choice. Of course, you have the choice to trade it or not to trade it. It's obvious, but the choice that I mean is you could choose the pattern. So if you have decided to trade this setup on the long side of the market, you could choose the pattern what to stick with. So the one of the patterns here is the head and shoulders. So as we stand at the lowest point of the head and shoulders, I mean the right shoulder bottom, this is the point where market should either reverse to the upside or fail or continue move lower right to the bottom of the head, and maybe its total failure will happen and market will continue move lower. So that's why here market stands right now the crucial point at the edge, on the edge where the upside action should start. That's why here you have to make the decision whether to trade it based on this pattern or not. So if you would like to take the long based on the head and shoulders, you probably should think about the taking position somewhere in this area. Your stop will be below these lows, below the head. That's the one point perspective. That's one scenario how you could trade it. The second scenario, you could stick with the daily double repo. That will give you some guarantee that because market should start the upside action to confirm the double repo, because you will have to wait when the market will close below the 3x3 first, and then you need to get the second rebound up and close above the 3x3 again. In this case, you will get the confirmation of the double repo, and that will be the triggering candle where you should think of taking the long position. This scenario has as positive and as negative moments. The most positive moment is that if the head and shoulders pattern will fail and market will continue move lower, in this case double repo pattern, for example, let's assume that market just will continue move lower. In this case, double repo pattern just will not be confirmed at all. It will not appear, because for the confirmation you need another move up and close above the 3x3. And then if this head and shoulders pattern on the forward time frame will fail, in this case you will just not get the second close, and you will not enter in the market. Another scenario that is possible, for example, if head and shoulders will fail, but after that market return right back up and will confirm the double repo. So that's just safer dealing with the double repo, because you will take the position later than the head and shoulders pattern on the forward time frame chart. From another perspective, if these head and shoulders will work, you will just get better entry point, because you will take position right here and market will start move up. The confirmation of the double repo will be above this price, okay, and you will have to place the far stop. You will get the worst entry point. So that's two different scenarios that you could follow. You could combine them. So you could, for example, take some small position right now and wait for the double repo confirmation. If it will happen, you could take another part of your position. That's also possible. So, but what I would like to say here is that markets right now approaching to the final moment of this setup, where the solution should come. Either market will show the action that we expect to see, some retracement up, or this setup just failed totally and market will continue move lower. That's also possible, but you understand that's just the market, guys. So everything is possible. I am just sharing with you with the setups that I see, and I think that is really not bad scenario. Right now we have an Australian dollar. It's worth of our attention, and right now market is forming some clear patterns. It's very difficult to find some other setup right now in the markets. So decide whether you would like to take it or not, and trying to find the scenario that you would like to follow, whether you will deal with the head and shoulders or double repo, both of them. So it's just need from you some strategy as how you will deal with this current setup in the market.